I mean, listen, I know that knowing Clayton like I do from the other dugout, man, he's a tough customer, as tough as anybody in, the major leagues. And you have to do everything you can, every at-bat. You got to battle. You got to make it as hard on him as possible. We put some good swings on him. There's, the breaking ball that Nolan hit. And then, the next two homers were, fastballs up in the zone that we just got on top of. They were barreled up, and that doesn't happen. I mean, he chewed us up a little bit at times inside. The slider was good as usual, but we just stayed on him. We just stayed on him and squared up a couple balls.
Yeah, you have to like the approach offensively, like the Nolan home run. I mean, he doesn't give up many home runs on curveballs either. Was that kind of an example?
Well, Nolan has had good at-bats, pretty much all season. From, the first game in Milwaukee, I thought his at-bats, through tonight have been solid. He's had good swings. He's had good takes. He's had good rips on pitchers' mistakes. He's fouled some balls back that he was right on. He hit the big homer in Milwaukee. Hit the homer today. Hit some balls in the corner. He's made contact, and a couple balls have fallen in for him. So he's having good at bats. He really is.
Looking at not only looking at where their offense has come, this 5-1 team could be 1-5 if not for Mark Reynolds and Gerardo Parra.
Mark Reynolds is swinging great. Parra's swinging great. Again, I think when you start the season, obviously you'd like to have all 8 guys swinging well, but that doesn't happen. At some point during the year, we're going to have other guys swinging well. That's just the nature of this game. But, and we'll talk about those guys when we get there. But, you look at the long view of the season. These two guys have really helped us here in the initial onset of our season.
But with regard to not only opportunities to win here, but winning low-scoring games, how important is that for this ball club?
Winning any type of game in these games here, I know, can be chaotic at times, and that just goes to show you that we're pitching well. We're playing great defense, as you saw tonight, with the number of great plays we had. And we're getting enough hitting, through the course of these games to supplement our pitching, which has been, really solid. So there's going to be a time when, we get a few more guys hot, and in this park, there's going to be some runs, and we got to continue to pitch and prevent runs from scoring on the other side through defense and pitching, and hopefully we get our knocks and score our runs. But it's good to see these types of games won by our guys.
Not lost in the shuffle, but I think they're pretty big plays. How big of plays were those 2 power catches in the second?
Well, I think the second one, the diving catch, there were a couple guys on base, so that those were runs. I think the ball over his shoulder, I think there was nobody on base there. There were 2 outs, nobody on, but that's still a hell of a catch. That's a great play.
The decision to remove John Gray in the 6th, he was getting close to 100 pitches.
Right.
Pitch count, or?
Well, a little bit of both. I thought, John's stuff was fine. I think he was holding his velocity, but, all night, John was sort of in and out of grooves for me. The ball strike ratio wasn't where it needs to be moving forward for John. We talked about that on the mound, but he battled, and we made some plays for him. He strung together some at bats, and then some other at bats got away from him. But I thought, at that time, when he was getting, to that pitch count and not quite stringing enough pitches together throughout the game, I thought it was best to go to the bullpen at that point.
The decision right before the game to switch Parra and Cardullo, the original lineup had been, was there?
Yeah, that was my mistake. I think all along we wanted, Parra and left and Cardullo and right. That's a non-factor really.
How's Trevor's ankle?
Not his ankle.
Oh, it wasn't his ankle.
Not his ankle. He's fine.
How's Trevor?
Trevor's great. Just checked on him. He's fine.